is. Well, good afternoon, and welcome to this week's edition of Drive Facebook Live. I'm Bob Spitz, your host, along with my co-host and partner, Tony Whistler. And our special guest today is Dustin Heiselman from ACR Diesel and Automotive in Kingsman, Arizona. Welcome, Dustin.
How's it going, Bob?
Very well, thank you. Dustin, so we were talking a little bit earlier, and I think you have an interesting path, how you became a shop owner, a little different than others, and you have some different goals that others probably don't have. And so why don't you tell us a little bit about your shop? Where, I said Kingsman, Arizona, but a lot of people don't even know where that is. Tell us about where your shop is, the size of the shop, your people, the kind of work you do, and then, how you got involved in this business.
Okay. So we're in Kingman, Arizona. We're northwestern corner, about a 90 to 100 miles or so southeast of Las Vegas. We're right on I-40, so a bunch of people have drove through Kingman. Not many have stopped here, unless you're like Tony and broke down here back in the day.
Exactly.
We've got a 3-bay shop, 3 technicians, 1 service advisor. Just a small little hometown shop. We do general repair, light and medium duty on gas and diesel, a little bit of everything. Been in business now for 7 years. Started back in 2017. And then like Bob mentioned, I kind of started a little untraditionally. So I worked for another shop locally, just a tire and light automotive shop. Worked for them while I was going to college, actually pursuing a medical degree. While working for them, my school schedule required a little bit more than what I could provide with working full time at a physical location shop. So I started doing side jobs for the customers for stuff we wouldn't do through the shop there, some heavier mechanical stuff. Moved into doing it more or less full time on nights and weekends, where I was making more doing that than I was working for the shop. So decided to benefit them and benefit myself. I would free myself up so they could put somebody in that could fill their full-time spot. Started doing this while I was still going to school full-time, and within that first year I realized there was a good potential with the automotive market and the customers that I had started with, and decided to finish out the current degree I was on, but to not pursue anything past that for the time, and started in 2017 with the shop and haven't looked back since then. It's actually been a gradually in kind, steadily getting more and more successful, and we're just striving to do what we can and provide good customer experience, good quality auto repair here. And just trying to keep growing, and eventually, like Bob was saying, I am looking to possibly get back into the medical field, more of a ownership for like an office or something along those point of line, rather than back full time into it like a PA like I was going to school for. But yeah, then just enjoying this. That wouldn't look back. I've been with Drive now for a little while, and they've definitely helped me fine tune a lot of things. I've become a lot more successful working with you guys and learning a lot of steps, networking with other shops, and we really have enjoyed it. But yeah, kind of a untraditional path there of going from medical school into owning a shop and now having multiple employees and doing this full time. So yeah, quite a drastic change.
Yeah,
Great.
absolutely. Yeah, we used to joke the difference between an auto shop owner and a doctor is a doctor only has 2 models to work on, and you've got about 137.
That is the truth. Yeah, it'd be a lot more simple if it was just a couple models, but we
Yeah,
have quite a few to choose from.
yeah, absolutely. So what did you get your degree in?
So I have a bachelor's in science and emergency management, and then I have 3 associate's degree in science, math, and then general studies for the last one. But
Emergency management. I hope you don't have to use that at the shop.
I sure as heck hope not. But I tell you what, it has helped with my insurance rates because I know what they're looking for when it comes to the emergency mitigation stuff.
Oh,
Very cool.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's so important because so many shops, especially as you grow, you become a bit of a target, right? Become a target for disgruntled employees because all employees are good until they're not.
Mm-hmm.
And an employee doesn't have to prove anything. He just has to drop a dime. I'm going to have to lose that expression, Tony, because Nobody's going to understand what drop a dime means anymore.
No, what
They
does
just
that
have
mean?
to they just have to make a telephone call to Ocean. Go, he doesn't provide a safe work environment. And next thing you know, you've got OSHA on you, and they can torture you for a while.
Yes, they
So
do.
it's yeah. So understanding that and really being prepared. In fact, we've got a number of I think it's about 25 different OSHA self inspections that a shop owner can do on their own to see if they're in compliance with OSHA. So that's great, and I love your website. You got a beautiful drive website. That's a very nice site. So it's you and your wife?
Yeah, so my wife and I, so I started this prior to her and I being together, and then now since we've been together, we have definitely been striving more at having the right partner with you has definitely made a difference because we've been pushing. She does a lot of the social media type things, which she's growing that tremendously since we started that. Then we've been working with Drive on the website type stuff. But yeah, we make a great team. We've really kind of got a lot of stuff figured out. We've got a great team of employees here. Just feels like a second family, which is very nice.
Right.
Yep.
Now, something else you and I were discussing is you obviously value education and continual education. How are you driving that as a culture in your shop as far as getting your guys educated and yourself and your wife and your service advisor? Are you working on training plans to get everybody up to the point where you want them to be?
Yeah, so we are very big in continuing education. So we try to do something at least every single month, some type of training, whether it's just a basic procedure on how to thoroughly do an inspection or proper ways to do breaks, anything along those lines. But it's always something to fine tune and ensure that the quality the customers are receiving is what I as the owner and we as the shop expect to come out of here. Um, and then we do larger trainings, and this is all aspects of the shop. So the three technicians out there in the shop, we do week-long trainings that occur 2 times a year. Currently, we're trying to get the guy that puts the classes on to do them 3 to 4 times a year so we can do them a little more frequently. But those are in depth on specific electrical diagnostics, emissions systems, GDI systems. It's a very in-depth courses that are, like I said, a week long in the evening after we close up shop. Guys take a lot of information about that. Actually, our diagnostic procedure has been completely designed around those classes, from the knowledge that we've learned and steps we've taken to help us with that process. And then even down to my service advisor. I mean, she just got finished with our service advisor school that Drive puts on. She just finished that a couple weeks ago. I can tell you that's helped tremendously with her handling of customers, how she can diffuse situations, her having a better understand to pitch things to customers. I mean, it's come a long ways in just the efficiency of the shop, understanding how things function, how things need to come and go. But yeah, we are very big at that. I constantly do trainings. I mean, I do your guys's action workshops and management courses and stuff like that all the time, so I can ensure I'm providing what I can as an owner to my employees and to my customers. Um, and so yeah, that is one thing we strive to, and we're always looking to add stuff on. I've been looking at a few different companies for like some online training opportunities for the guys. Just anything that's out there that we can do is we like to push for, just because I mean, as everybody knows with automotive stuff, I mean, the technology and the stuff they do never stops. They keep changing, so we have to continue to learn and adapt to that. Otherwise, we're going to get stuck behind and not understand these new things that are coming out.
Oh, absolutely.
Very
Oh,
good.
by the way, your team is watching.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Glad they're watching.
So you want to tell us anything that you learned in an action coaching workshop recently that you were able to put into use?
So weekly meetings was a big thing.
Mm,
Just touching base with the guys. We do it kind of informally. It's kind of just one day, like just usually Monday, Tuesday, first thing in the morning, kind of go over a game plan. I mean, that's helped kind of fine tune things. Um, Workflow, that's helped tremendously with jobs coming and going efficiently in and out of the shop. Currently I'm in a finance class you guys are putting on. Um, that one is helping drastically for me trying to fine tune the books and our inventory, things along those lines. Um, learned a few things at the expo with you guys. Just a lot of little things. I mean, it's hard to put specifics on them, but I can truly say there's been a lot of little steps I've made with policies and procedures, how we handle things. Inspections actually was a huge thing since I've started with Drive. We were very lenient on inspections, did them once in a blue moon. Now we are very religious about it. We have one guy that does the inspections, and he is very thorough about it. We have a very strict routine he follows. I think it's like a 60 or 70 point list he goes through to take pictures, take videos, the whole 9 yards. And that's come a long ways for how the customers understand what we're trying to tell them is wrong. Us to be able to show customers, hey, I know you're just here for this, but there is other issues that need to be addressed or should be addressed in the near future or immediately.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of those little things from Drive has helped drastically.
Very good.
Fantastic. Would you like a tip on inspections?
What you got,
It-
Bob?
If you like the way your top tech is doing it, and it sounds like you do, make sure you video him doing it and make that part of your training plan for all new techs coming in. Because if there's something that really upsets shop owners is when technicians don't or won't inspect vehicles the way they want them inspected. So
Yep.
if you have it videoed, and you can always sit a guy down and go, look, this is the way we're going to do it. And then
Very
you see him
nice.
mess up, you go, look, this is the way we're going to do it.
Yeah, no,
And
that'd be great.
eventually
Show
they
him the
get
video
it.
again.
That's some of the training that I'm trying to adapt into that of making some videos and some specific procedures because like I said, I enjoy that. Plus there's just a lot of little things like certain ways we want a job done so it's done accurately and done precise every time. And you make those procedures like that, and then you get good repetition. So it doesn't matter who does the job, it's the same quality job coming out of the shop.
Right, exactly. Because, SOPs, that's what it's all about. In the medical field, you got tons of SOPs. And in a shop, you get your SOPs down, standard operating procedures, then they run the shop. Then you don't have to be the hammer all the time.
Right.
You
Yep.
just put the procedures in place, the systems in place, train people on those systems, and the place runs. Just the way it works.
Now, I did have a question. We talked about this a little earlier, but I was very curious about how you got your name. And I think that this is a fabulous story. So can you let everyone know how you got the name of your shop?
So it started with Arizona Commercial Repair because one of my first big clients when I started in business was a local fire department. So ACR was just a good acronym. It was simple and easy to say to people, and it was Arizona Commercial Repair. So since that, we've adapted into doing a lot more stuff. So we've now changed it from that, so it's not so specific to automotive care that's reliable.
Nice, but it's
So
still ACR.
yep, still ACR, still
Very
our
nice.
same acronym that everybody recognizes, but now it just has a different meaning that I feel is more appropriate for what we offer now.
Yeah.
Very
What's your
cool.
mix between commercial and retail? Do you know?
We're about 40% commercial,
Okay.
about 60% retail.
All right.
And
Yeah.
we're
Now, do
looking.
you do any mobile? Do you go out, or
We
everything is brought to you?
we do offer mobile service as well. So yeah, we have two service trucks, just a light duty service truck and then a heavy duty service truck, depending on what job we're going out for.
Mhm.
But yeah, we are trying to grow that some more because we do have a few other clients we're starting to talk to, do some outside sales with some of the other fleets in town, just because we like to cater to that type of stuff. But yeah, we're trying to grow that side a little bit. But yeah, we do quite a bit of work. I mean, on every single day, there's 1 to 2, if not more, fleet vehicles from some type of company in our shop getting work on.
So, but on the mobile, can you keep a full-time tech driving the truck or the two trucks, or is it just one of the guys when he's done with the job, he goes and grabs the truck and drives out or whatever?
So
What's the workflow on that?
so for right now, it's just when somebody's done and freed up because we don't have enough of a demand. I kind of when I first got started 7 years ago, I didn't have a shop. It was just out of my house, so everything I did was mobile. So we still have some of those customers I still have to this day that we still offer that to, and we do it as an emergency situation offering. But for the vast majority of the customers, it's just easier and cheaper. They just bring us the vehicle. So it's there if they like, because one of our big customers is it's New Horizon Transportation, but they're a disabled transportation company. So they take people to and from doctor's appointments that are disabled in some fashion. So they have large buses, the big transit buses. Some of them are even like 25 passenger buses with handicap ramps on them. So it's very inconvenient for them to have to schedule that to bring it in because of the size. And if they break down, it's very hard for them to find a tow because now they need a medium or heavy duty wrecker instead of just a regular rollback like what's readily available. So for situations like that, and to get them back on the road as quick as possible, we'll go out to them in our service truck, take care of them, get them back on the road, get it taken care of, save them on the expensive tow cost, get them back on the road as quick as possible, and just make it easier on everybody essentially at that point.
Great.
That sounds good. Speaking of mobile Mark from Florida, Mark Graham is watching. He says hello.
Oh, hello there, Mark.
Yeah, he started a very similar way
Yep.
with mobile, and he
Yeah,
has it in.
him and I were in the last master class together for the marketing class.
Okay, there you go. And Kevin Reichelt is also watching. He says hello.
Yeah, hi there, Kevin. Yep,
You probably met him at the expo.
Yep, met him at the expo, and he's in my owners meeting that I go to every month. He was
Oh, very
actually
good.
just in Arizona not that long ago, but he wasn't quite in my neck of the woods.
Yes, Kevin's quite the guy to know.
Yeah, he likes to visit shops too. He likes to go
He-
and see people he knows from drive, and so if he's close by, he'll make it by you.
Yeah, well,
Otherwise,
Yeah,
he's
you'll
a
have to
stage
stand.
4 shop. He's got that ability to.
That's
Yeah, he
right.
went to. I know he was down in the Phoenix area and then went up to Sedona, but that's about 4 hours roughly from me.
Yeah.
So yeah, a little far away for his short trip him and his wife took.
Well, I hope I'm not giving away any secret, but he's a total foodie, that guy. So unless
Absolutely.
if you've got some kind of great food in Kingsman, then he would have figured out a way to get there. But if there's some famous restaurant, that he's aware of in Kingman, he would have gone. But
Yeah, you wanna get the shopping in condition, Dustin, where you and your wife can go up to New England, see the beautiful fall colors, and visit Kevin, and he'll feed you to death.
oh, he will.
Yeah, we're hoping to get to stage 4 before too long so we can get some time away to do some stuff.
Oh, by the way, Roxy is watching.
No, hello Roxy. Yeah, my coach.
Yep, your coach.
Now,
So the
go on,
expo,
I'm sorry.
this was your first expo that you went to recently, yes?
Yes, this was the first one I attended fully, and my wife and I were there for the expo.
And you achieved effective shop manager.
Yes, that is correct.
Congratulations, well done.
Very good.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
And now you've got your sights set on higher certifications, yeah?
Yeah, so she had heck, I think it was about a week or so after the expo, she sent me the professional shop manager requirement so we can move on to the next stage. And I mean that hopefully that'll just be a stepping stone to move on to the masters, which is where I feel like I'll definitely have received everything I need and can really do effectiveness and then share that information with other people.
Very
Yeah, that's
good.
where you want to be. That's for sure. So what did you think of the expo?
The expo was a good time. There was a lot of good information I enjoyed. I think my favorite part was just networking and talking with some of the other shops because I mean I had a few issues I had going on when we went in, and I met with a few different shops. Like I said, that was great to get to know people, ask them the questions. I mean, a couple of the people have been in business, 20, 30, 40 years. And if you think you're the only one that's seen it, boy, howdy, are you wrong? Because they've seen it 20 times over. So it was a great information from those people on steps that needed to be taken, things to be done. Like that was my favorite part. I mean, it was a great environment. I loved everything you guys did. The classes were awesome, but that was my favorite part, was putting some faces to the names in person, actually talking to them. Like I said, the networking aspect, and that's actually one of my favorite things about Drive, is that networking aspect, getting able to reach out to those people, talk to them, ask them questions. Because like I said, I mean, we've all had our struggles. There's ups and downs and things you don't have answers to, and there's somebody available in there to answer those if you need it.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Yeah, that's always been we've done that survey many times. We've been putting on the expos since 1998. and surveying shop owners, number one thing is networking and how willing everybody is to help each other. Just a
Yeah.
culture of help.
Yeah, we were a little on the shy side at first and realized all we gotta do is just go up and say hi to somebody and that opens the door. We were just a little we didn't know anybody. Like I said, we've only been with Drive this year, so I didn't have a lot of connections made, hadn't been to a lot of classes or anything like that. So it was a learning move for us, but we realize now when we go to the next one that we'll introduce ourselves a lot quicker, ask questions a lot sooner, share our information we have with other people a lot easier.
And
So
see some old friends from the
yeah,
last expo.
yep, see some people we see on a regular basis now with all these meetings and everything else going on.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah. So we used to call that the peer-to-peer meetings, but it's now owner to owner, Tony?
That is, I think, correct. But you know what? I think Dustin has more information on that than I do.
Okay, good.
So the monthly meetings, they call them owner to owner is what
Who
they
runs that meeting?
so the one I'm part of is with Roxy. She's the one that runs that meeting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very good.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think there's 20 of us or so that meet on there once a month.
And I think there's a manager to manager too. That one might have been set up by our clients. I don't know if we orchestrated that at all, but I know that there are
I think John's manager in Hawaii got
John
that started.
Starkey. Yep, John
Yeah.
Starkey's manager. I forget his name now. I apologize if you're listening, but he got that whole thing rolling, and they have got shops that are in stage 4 who have fully operational general managers. The general managers all decided they wanted to have a little network group, and so I was pretty excited about that. But the owner to
Zach.
owner is very cool. Zach, that's right. Thank you.
Sorry, Zach, if you're watching.
We forgot your name.
Took a moment there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Anyway,
great. Yeah, you absolutely got to get in good enough shape to go to Hawaii.
Yeah,
You got to
that's
go visit John's
one place
shop.
I haven't been yet. So
and he'll
Yeah.
and he'll take you surfing. And you probably have a lot of experience because I heard there's some pretty good surfing in Kingman. No, I'm kidding.
yeah, our oceanfront property in Arizona, right?
Well, all we just need is a real good shaker in California, and that
That might
might
be the
happen.
case.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah.
Uh,
So, you said you have three techs. Are you looking to expand the business? Because you only have 3 bays, right?
Yeah, so we are looking to expand. So I've got 2 full-time techs, 1 part-time guy, and then I have 1 full-time service advisor. So we are looking. I mean, shop unfortunately is a little bit small, but we are looking to expand the shop hopefully within the next year or so. Um, with that expansion, I would like to bring on 1 or 2 more technicians and at least 1 more service advisor at that point.
Good. Well, that's a common phenomena where shops meet us, and before long, their facility is too small.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when I first moved into this building, I thought it was huge and I thought I was going to have all kinds of space forever. And now I don't understand how I have everything in one building
Right.
yep.
because there is just not enough room.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, number of guys are looking at MSOs, because there's guys who are retiring in our industry, and they're looking for an escape route, how to get rid of their shops. So
Yeah,
there's always an opportunity there.
that's something my wife and I have considered with our area because we have a couple within about an hour and a half of us. There's like 3 or 4 other communities that are similar size that have multiple shops and stuff like that. And we've even thought about that about getting this one efficient and set up like we need to be a stage 4 location and then move to a multi shop and possibly open something in one of those areas because it's
Right.
far enough away we can't really bring customers to our location, but we sure could get a good clientele if we open something there.
And then
Right.
you're not worried about moving it to a larger building. You just keep it where it's at and then just get another spot. I call that the Waffle House model.
Yeah, just put one
Waffle
on every
House.
corner, right?
Yeah, put one on every corner. That's right. Yeah, because you don't expand the actual building. You just get another one across the street. But yeah, and that's not a bad approach. But I've seen some shops move to a larger building and just move their location, something bigger. Either way works, but whatever's best for you guys, of course.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid having to move at all possible because you have consistency. People know where we're here. We're right on Route 66, so we have great visibility. It's just something I don't necessarily want to move because I've been here in this building for
Nobody ever wants to move.
for
No.
6 years now, and like I said, at first it wouldn't have been a big deal. I could not fathom moving now with everything we have here.
Do you own the building or are you leasing it?
Currently leasing, but we are in the process of trying to purchase it.
If you purchase it, is there enough space where you could actually do renos and expand the building?
Yeah,
Do
so
you have enough property?
our building is on a half acre, so we do have enough room behind the building where we could put up. I was actually looking at an additional 3 bays I could put up in the back.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
So
And Carolyn wants everybody to know that ADP is a partner of Drive. They were at Expo.
Yeah, I saw those guys there. I met with quite a few people at the expo.
Yeah, yeah. Moving, yeah. We have a whole program on how to move a shop, but boy, that is not something, unless you absolutely have to, boy, that's something you just want to avoid. I
Yeah.
was joking with my wife. I said, if we ever thought of moving again, I'm just going to up the insurance and light a match.
yeah,
Yeah.
Hey, Tony, I think it's time for a station break.
right. And this is the important part about the station break. The reason why we're talking about ADP is because that's who we have next week. Next
Ah,
Friday, August 23rd at 12:30 p.m. Pacific time, of course. We have special guest Jennifer Reese and Colby Burke of ADP. So they'll be here
fantastic.
for a half hour. We'll been there a little bit and find out what they got going on.
Yeah,
So yep, there you go.
yeah. Well, to circle back, I'm so glad you embrace training, because if there's one thing that's constant in the automotive industry is change. You know, it's not like when I was young. The only thing that changed was the sheet metal, right? But the underpinnings, that pretty much stayed the same for years and years and years and years and years. And boy, that's just not the case anymore with all the systems and computers and everything it takes to try to make these cars safer, less pollutant. You know, it's quite a game. And keeping on top of that is a challenge for any shop owner. And you do have to budget that in. It's got to be part of your budget, continual education, because as Henry Ford said, yeah, training's expensive. You train them and then they leave you. But what if you don't train them and they stay,
Yeah.
right? So you just have to embrace training and just realize it's just a cost of doing business.
Mm-hmm.
Tony,
Yep.
anything else you'd like to cover?
No, I think that's it. I just am happy to know that you're progressing through your certification program. Do you have a timeline on when you want to actually complete the professional?
I'm hoping to receive professional before the next expo.
That's awesome.
Wow. All right.
Very
Excellent.
good.
That's what I'm trying to do.
All right. I'm
Very
sure you'll
good.
do it. Well, Dustin, it's been a real pleasure talking to you. I wish you nothing but continued success. And Tony, I think we're ready to wrap.
All righty then. So we're gonna be out. I'm pushing a button. We're out. Here we go.